guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be my review for Twisted, Season 1, Episode 13, Sins of the Father. And this was another fantastic episode. I thought definitely this was a great follow-up episode from the last one. And what I like was because the last episode was so intense, this episode wasn't as intense, but there is still some stuff going on that I really do like about this episode. Especially from Danny's character. I really like the stuff that happened with him. And let's just get to this episode because I thought it was a really, really great one. So, of course, this episode starts off right where the last one left off. We see Joe and Danny standing at the top of the cliff looking down at his father's body. They both appear to be in shock. By the way, I was really looking forward to this episode because of that cliffhanger. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know, what was going to happen to Danny or... And, what was going to happen to him, and I was really looking forward to it, and I definitely was pleased. So Jill wants to go get help from her father, but Danny doesn't want to throw them to it. He thinks the police are still hunting for him for Regina's murder, so he announces that he's going to leave Green Grove for good. But Joe does warn Danny that she can't keep this secret from her parents. Joe tells Danny that she is going to give him a head start. She plans to go home, packs him a bag of food and supplies, and then bring it to him in the woods. She makes him promise that he will wait until morning before he leaves town. So Rico and Lacey are sitting in the diner. Lacey's freaking out because she wants to know where Danny disappeared to. She's determined to clear him from Regina's murder. And she thinks Regina's mom, Gloria, knows something that may help her. She found pictures of Gloria and Vikram together before he died. And I really don't know what this is about. We didn't get much more about this, but this is all we really got of that. I'm interested in seeing what that's about, because that's a little side plot that we don't really know what's about. I'm interested in seeing, I'm sure we're going to see Gloria again. What's going to happen with Gloria. So I was really looking forward to seeing what we were going to get of them. We do get some more stuff of that a little bit later, but at this point I was wondering, where's this going to go? So, then we see at the police station, Joe's dad, Kyle, declares that finding Marilyn Rossi is their top priority, because as we know, Marilyn Rossi was associated with Vikram, I believe. And Kyle tells Danny's mom and Jack that Marilyn set Danny up and his fingerprints were not on the murder weapon. And Jack turns the box of Vikram's old files over to Kyle. Maybe it will help them determine if Vikram is really dead. And Kyle has a hunch he is still alive. Now the question is Vikram still alive? No, we know he's dead. Rico pays Joe a visit at her house. Rico asks Joe if she knows where Danny is, but Joe denies having seen him. Rico's very worried about Danny, feels bad about kicking him out of his house. And again, I really like this shift in Rico's character. I think definitely Rico is one of my favorite characters in the show. One, he gives some great comic relief to the show, which I really love. I mean, Danny does that. Danny used to do that in the beginning of the season, but now he's like so down on himself all the time that Rico really is the one who's giving all the, giving all the comedic relief on the show. That's really all he's doing. But I really do like his character a lot because he does have a lot to do. So the next morning, Joe takes Danny and the bag of supplies she promised him. Danny surprises her, tells her that he has changed his mind. He isn't actually running away. He wants to go tell Joe's dad about everything that happened with Vikram and his Aunt Sarah as her father, not as a Green Grove police officer. Now, I really enjoyed that. I really thought that was good. So Jack pays Danny's mom a visit to see how she is doing. She confesses that she didn't sleep all night. She feels guilty that she overlooked Vikram's flaws for many years. And Jack points out that Vikram never appreciated her, but he did. He tries to kiss her, but she turns away and asks him to go. Now this is pretty big. I mean, he tried to kiss her, but she ran away. So obviously he likes her, and I'm definitely thinking this is going to come back into play. And I thought that was actually a pretty surprising scene. I didn't expect that to happen at all. I thought that was a good, surprising scene, though. So at the police station, Kyle's going through the box of Vikram's belongings that Jack gave him the night before, and he finds computer disks, and he pops into the computer, and on the disk he finds that the mayor owned part of Vikram's company, and he must have lied when he recommended hiring Marilyn Rossi. So Lacey's at the horse races, snooping around Regina's mom, Gloria. She runs into Charlie. He offers to help her get Gloria to open up, and Lacey declines his offer and tells him to keep it moving. So Joe and Danny arrive at Joe's house and learn that Danny is no longer a suspect in Regina's murder. Their mom calls Kyle, and Kyle tells him that Danny should keep a low profile. Danny's mom insists he comes home but wants to talk to Kyle first. She rushes him out the door. So Kyle pays the mayor John a visit and accuses him of lying to him, and Kyle reveals that he knows that Vikram and the mayor were business partners. The mayor confesses that a silent partner at Marna Inc., which was, of course, Vikram's company, encouraged him to hire Marilyn Rossi. Vikram and Mayor John's silent partner was Regina Crane's mom, Gloria. So, speaking of Gloria, Lacey's still trying to talk to Gloria at the horse stable. Gloria snaps on Lacey, declares she knows Danny is guilty because the police found Regina's necklace in Danny's locker. Gloria rushes off, and Kyle arrives. Lacey runs and tells Kyle that Gloria is hiding something. She knew that the police found Regina's necklace in his locker, and the police never released their information. So Kyle takes Gloria aside, begins questioning her, and then Gloria reveals that Regina found out Vikram was alive and that her mom and Vikram were actually having an affair, and Vikram was paying her not to tell Danny the truth, and Vikram told Gloria that he saw Danny kill Regina, so Marilyn and Gloria planted Regina's necklace in Danny's locker so that the police could catch him. So Kyle has Gloria call Marilyn to tell her to meet her at the horse stable. Marilyn arrives after dark looking for Gloria. Kyle arrests her, accuses her of killing Regina Crane. He knows Vikram paid Marilyn $100,000 and that money was for her to kill Regina and set up Danny. Now, I think Kyle just is a really amazing character. He's completely on Danny's side now. In this scene, we see that he is on Danny's side, and I really do like that about his character. He is kind of on his side. So then what happens is... Alright. Lacey arrives, then we get to the end of the episode. Lacey arrives at Joe's house to see Danny. Danny's gone, though. They rush into the living room when the news comes on. They learn that Marilyn has been arrested for murdering Regina Crane, and Joe tries to call Danny and tells him the good news, but Danny doesn't answer. He's at the police station getting ready to confess to killing his father. Danny's mom, Joe, and Lacey arrive at the police station while Danny and Kyle are talking to the reporters. Danny's mom drags him back home before he says anything he may regret. Which was interesting. He was trying to do this. So then Joe sneaks over to Danny's house, and I thought this was a really great scene. Definitely, the girl who played Joe, I don't know her name, she gave a really great performance in this scene. I really enjoyed her performance in this scene. I also really liked Joe's attitude in this episode. You know, she was really, kind of, not being fair to her friends in the last episode, and this one she really kind of made up for that. She wanted to fix things, and we know that she wanted to fix things last episode, but here she's really fixing things, and she really is a great friend, and we really did realize that in this one, which I really liked. So, Joe sneaks over to Danny's house after the fiasco at the police station. She wants Danny not to tell the truth about his dad and killing him. Since the police cleared his name as Regina's killer, he has a second chance. But he actually says, maybe I don't want a second chance. She doesn't want him to throw it away by confessing to another murder, and he reluctantly agrees. So pretty much this is over now. The whole thing with him killing Regina is done. Because now they know it was Marilyn who killed Regina. You know, that's what we know, and that storyline is pretty much over. So the big storyline of this show is over, and I was really wondering what's going to happen here, because I know they're, you know, maybe they don't think it's going to get picked up or whatever, but this storyline's over already. Now I'm sure there's going to be more that comes into play, and there actually is, because there is more after this scene. But next we get probably the sweetest scene of the episode, definitely a very sweet scene. Joe actually runs into Lacey outside a diner, and Lacey's very ecstatic that Danny is no longer a suspect for the murder. Joe gives Lacey her blessing, tells Lacey that she should be with Danny, and she's actually okay with it, and I thought that was very sweet. After this, though, we did get a few more things, though. We see Karen, she's watching Danny on the news. You know, they're on the news and everything, and she gets a call from Jack, and she presses decline because she actually wants nothing to do with Jack. Now, he kissed her, and obviously she wants nothing to do with him, so we're gonna have to see why she exactly wants nothing to do with him, what that's all about. I'm really not sure, but I'm really looking forward to seeing, you know, what that whole plot's about. And then we see Danny. Now, he tells us more specifically that even though this is done, it's not done for him. This is going to haunt him for the rest of his life. and he's really upset with himself. Now, you gotta feel bad for the guy. He's been framed all his life. Now it's done, but he still feels like it's not over for him. He does not feel over with this, and that's what happened. He does not feel over, so that's the big thing, is that we don't really know what's going to happen. But then we get a scene that was very interesting. Now, I don't really know where they're going with this. We see Tess. She calls up Vikram. Now, she does not know that Vikram is dead. We have not seen Tess for any of this episode, just this scene. Because as we know, Vikram and Tess did have connections. So we had not seen Tess in any other scene except for this one. She calls up Vikram, though, and she says to Vikram that he needs to basically not, that he needs to turn himself in, and she's really had it with him, and he needs to start turning himself in. We see his phone on the floor, and we see an unconscious Vikram, but the question is he really dead? Because his eyes are open, and I thought they were going to reveal that Vikram's actually alive, but I'm assuming he's dead, but I'm really not sure. The episode really did not show if he's dead or alive, so that's basically it for this episode, and I gotta say it was another really great episode. One other thing that we did get more about this time, this guy that's kind of talking to Lacey, a little bit more about him. Not much more, we just got another conversation about him. We still don't really know what the whole what Charlie's connections to Lacey are. They seem to be good friends now. It seems like she actually wants to be friends with him. It doesn't seem like it was last episode where she kind of had a problem with talking to him. But I'm happy that Joe did agree to let Lacey and Danny date, because she does have a right as a friend to do that. I think that, she has a right as a friend to do that, and I'm glad that Joe is trying to correct things, because she was a little out of line last episode, but this is definitely a really great episode. Was it as good as last week's episode? No, it was not as good as last week's, but it was still a really great follow-up to that episode. The other thing I want to know is what's going to happen with Danny. Do you think he's actually going to leave town? I don't think he's leaving town yet, but I kind of think that's how this season's going to end. He's going to just contemplate what to do, and he's going to end up leaving town. He's going to pull a Foster's. He's going to pull a Foster's, and he's going to leave town just like Callie did in the Fosters. Which I think is the best thing for him to do right now. Really, if he wants to get over this, that's what he needs to do. Also, what's going to happen with Karen and Jack, we don't really know. All we know is that she does not want anything to do with Jack at this point. We're going to have to see what happens there. But, and is Vikram alive? We really don't know. It looks like next week there's going to be a brand new villain. Someone new he's going to try to ruin Danny's life. It's going to be very interesting to see that. But that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you, and let me know what you guys saw this episode, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which probably won't be till I review The Walking Dead. So see you then. Bye.